Assalamualaikum students. A very warm welcome to all of you once again in my class. Today the topic which we are going to study is the frequency distribution table, and it is for the continuous data. When the data is in the continuation, when there is a decimal change in the data. In the previous videos, we have covered that how to organize and present your data, what is the objective behind doing this, and how to do that. All three methods, the mathematical methods, the graphical methods, and the central dispersion method were explained. We also discussed that how to make the frequency distribution table for the categorical data and for the discrete data, which is in the whole number, and both for the group data and for the ungrouped data. So if you are new to this topic or you are seeing that topic for the very first time, so I would request you to first go and see, the links are in the description box, and first watch part 1 and part 2 for the clarification, because in this part we will go faster, frequent. So without wasting any time, let's get started that how to make the frequency distribution table for the continuous data. So students, here you can see that there is a question and the data shows that it is the continuous data. It is the continuous numerical data. What is it says? Following raw data. Why we are saying this raw data? Because it is not in the statistical order of magnitude. It is the raw data because it is not group data. Following raw data showing ages in years of 20 children studying in a school. That 20 shows the frequency of that data, that the total number of that items are 20. This is the data. Now the examiner says that first construct a frequency distribution table by taking the class interval. As I have told you previously in the previous lectures that how to calculate the class interval. Then in the second part, the examiner says find class boundaries and mid values. Find relative frequency in the form of the proportion. The proportion is mentioned here, which means we need to find out the percentage. And in the fourth part, the D part, in the last part, they are saying prepare less than and more than type of cumulative frequency table. This is a new topic, that how to create a less than type and a more than type, and today we will cover that. So first start with the first part, that how to make a frequency distribution table by taking the class interval. As I have told you that class interval is calculated by dividing the range. The range is the maximum value minus the minimum value, the sum of the maximum and the minimum value to the number of classes, and how many classes you want to create in your frequency distribution table. It's totally up to you. How much you want to take the classes to make the classes, it's totally depend upon you. So first part, I am going to calculate the class interval by range divided by number of classes. And what is range? Maximum value minus the minimum value. So the maximum value is 6.1 minus the minimum value is 2.6. 3.5 divided by 4 is equal to 0.875. So I will round it off. Round off figure is 0.9. So the class interval is 0.9. So by taking the class interval 0.9, I have created these 4 classes, and where are the frequencies of these classes. Now I am doing tally marking. How to do tally marking? I am showing you. The frequency shows 4. So I will mark 4. solve the tally. Now 8 frequencies. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth frequency will cut these 4 frequencies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 frequencies. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5 will cut and the 6. 2 frequencies. 1 and 2. Now in the second part, the examiner is asking us to create the class boundaries and also calculate the midpoint, the middle value of your class. How we will calculate class boundary? By taking the sum of from the lower limit of the second class to the upper limit of the first class and then divided it by 2, we will get the class boundary. 3.5 minus 3.4 divided by 2. 0.1 divided by 2. 0.05. So 0.05 is the difference, and by taking this value we will create the class boundary. And how to calculate the midpoint? By adding. Midpoint is calculated by adding the both class and then divided by 2. Here I add class 1, I do the addition of class lower class limit to the upper class limit. 3.5 plus 2.5 plus 3.4 divided by 2, it will come 2.95. So students, here I make the class boundary. I made it, and the mid value is also calculated by the formula. Now in the third part, the third section, the examiner says calculate the relative frequency. How we calculate the relative frequency? In the form of the proportion. The absolute frequency divided by the total number of frequency and multiply by 100. So we can get the relative frequency. Absolute frequency divided by total frequency and multiply by 100. 4 divided by 20, the total number of the sum of the frequency is 20. 4 divided by 20 multiply by 100, 8 divided by 20 multiply by 100, 6 divided by 20 multiply by 100, 2 divided by 20 multiply by 100. So by this method we can make the relative frequency. So see students, here I have calculated it, that how to make the relative frequency. Now in the last part, the examiner have asked that how to create the cumulative frequency table by the help of the less than type and more than type. It is a new topic. Then see how to make it. So let's see students, how we can make the less than and the more than type of cumulative frequency table. Here you can see that I made the less than type. How you can make the less than type? By taking the less than from the upper class limit. Less than the upper class limit, which is the 3.45 of the first class. Same like to the second class, third class and the fourth class. The frequency is written here. How we will calculate the cumulative frequency? By following the class into the next class, adding that, then the cumulative frequency into the next class, adding that and into the next class. So 4 is the cumulative frequency. Now the 4 will fall in the next class, and by adding the frequency of that particular class, which is equal to 12, now then fall it into the next class and adding that 18, and 18 plus 2 is equals to 20. It will be equal to the total number of frequency. If this is not equal to the total number of frequency, that means there is the error in the addition. Then more than type, we will take the more than value to the lower class limits and lower class limit, because for the lower class limit there is no such class. Now there is a difference there is a difference to the cumulative frequency of the more than class. How we will calculate? We will adding here. We were adding here. Now we will subtract here because the class was already fall into that class. How we can do that? Let me show you. That cumulative frequency will automatically fall here. 20. Now what I will do, by subtracting that particular frequency from that cumulative frequency, I will get the cumulative frequency of the second more than type class. 20 minus 4, 16. 16 minus 8, 12. 16 minus 8 is equals to 8. 8 minus 6 is equals to 2. Now you can see, now both the frequencies are equal. So this is a question of a continuous data that we have created the frequency distribution table for the continuous data. I hope you have learned something from that topic. We have covered the organizing and displaying data. We have also covered the frequency distribution table for the discrete and categorical data, and now for the continuous data. Here we have completed our presenting data topic, and in the next class we will continue by starting the topic of the graphical presentation, that how we present the data in the form of a diagram or chart. Till then, take care and keep watching all those videos of the statistics if you are learning that, and always remember me in your praise, and wish you all the best for future, and ask your queries in the comment section, and do subscribe. Till then, Allah Hafiz.